Hello, my Neurologist. You are watching Scientific Medical Neurologist YouTube channel. So, in this video, we are going to discuss about the how to read and understand RGHS results mark sheet. So, without delay, let's get into the video. So, basically, most of the students complain that we don't understand RGHS results. We just see whether we have passed or not. We just see that and finish off watching results. So, most of the students can't read and understand RGHS mark sheets. So in this video we going to discuss each and every word written in mark sheet and understand what is the meaning of that words and how the SGPA is being calculated. This and overall in RGHS mark sheet, each and every word meaning we will discuss in this video. So stay with us. Let's get into the video. So in this video we are discussing about the RGHS EMS results mark sheet. So first of all, what is the meaning of EMS? So EMS means Examination Management System. So the Examination Management System, that is nothing but the EMS is a separate portal, or you can say separate website which is made by RGHS to conduct exams and to publish the results. To publish results, they have made separate website and separate portal. For that reason only they have named EMS, that is nothing but Examination Management System. In this RGHS EMS result mark sheet, you can see many of the columns. In this video we are going to discuss each of the columns meaning and how the marks are given and on the basis of what marks will be given. So everything we will discuss about this in this video. So how to read and understand deeply your RGHS mark sheets by understanding each and every technical word meaning that is given in the mark sheet. So first of all, let's start with the first column, that is nothing but the, so our first column is paper code. So paper code is same as of QP code, but it is not QP code. So paper code is a unique code which is assigned to a specific subject. So this is a paper code which is assigned to a specific subject. So for anatomy and physiology subject, this is the paper code. So this is not important to discuss. So let's move to the next column, that is paper title. So in paper title you can see the name of the subject. So first column is of the paper code and that paper code's subject name will be given here, that is anatomy and physiology. Okay, so next column will be of TP1 max. So TP means theory paper, not practical, theory paper maximum marks. TP1 max means theory paper 1 maximum marks. So as you know that the anatomy and physiology subjects are divided into two subjects. In examination they will conduct anatomy and physiology two subjects separately. With you need to write two exams in a single day but with different booklet. You know this already as you written exams. So in examination, anatomy physiology subject will be divided into theory part 1, theory part 2, or type 1 subject, type 2 subject. So they will divide this anatomy and physiology subject into two subjects. First theory paper 1 will be anatomy and second physiology paper will be considered as theory paper 2. Or you can say first paper will be anatomy, which we call type 1 paper or type 1 subject, subject paper. Second one will be physiology. For that we will tell type 2 paper. So for writing both the subjects you will get 3 hours. So in 3 hours, 1.5 hours you need to write anatomy and another 1.5 hours you need to write physiology. Okay, so this is, you know about everything, how exams are conducted. You know this already because you have written exams. So here TP1 max means theory paper 1, that is anatomy papers maximum marks. So how much maximum marks was there in anatomy paper, that will be given in this question paper only. So that will be considered as TP1 max. So next column is TP1, just TP1, it's not given max. So TP1 max means maximum marks. Maximum marks you can score in theory paper 1, and the TP1 means how much marks you have scored in theory paper 1, that will be given in TP1. So out of TP1 max, how many marks you have scored will be given in TP1. So in this mark sheet TP1 will be anatomy, and so maximum marks you can score in anatomy was this much, and in that how much marks you scored is this much, that will be TP1. So now let's move to the next column, that is TP2 max. As same as TP1 max, TP2 max means theory paper 2 or type 2 paper. So if theory paper 1 is anatomy, obviously TP2 paper will be physiology. Okay, so in TP2 max means maximum marks you can score in physiology subject, that will be given in this column, and marks you have scored in physiology paper will be given in TP2 column. Okay, okay, clear, right? So now let's move to the next column, that is next column we have TIA, that is nothing but the theory internal assessment. So for next column we have TIA max, means theory internal assessment marks. So as you know that the internal assessment marks will be different, that will be out of 25, and practical marks will be different, that will be out of 50. So you guys know about this, right? Theory internal assessment marks will be given by your college. So this will be given on the basis of how you will study and how your IQ works, and how much interest you will show in the subject, how much respect you show to your tutors and professors, principals. So every college faculty, based on that they will give. So did you follow all of the college rules? Did you be regular to the college? So based on many other factors they will college will give you this theory internal assessment marks. And practical marks will be given by practical marks will also be given by your college also, and external also. Practical internal marks will be given by your college only. If internal is from your college, obviously you will get the marks from your college only. And external will also give us some marks, and that marks will be also added in practical marks. So for Viva questions, you may go on to the first internal, and then you may go on to second, that is external. So internals will also give some marks for Viva answers you have answered during Viva exams in front of internals or externals. So internals will also give marks, and externals will also give marks, that will be added in your mark sheet. So apart from externals and internals, your college will also add some of the theory internal assessment marks, that will also be added in this mark sheets. So theory assessment marks will be out of 25, they will give 21, 22. So how much your score will be there, how much you have scored in internal assessment marks, which is done by the college. So according to that they will give these marks. And practical marks or Viva marks are given by the both internal and externals. Theory internal assessment marks will be of all the subjects. For example, in this mark sheet we have communication, English, anatomy and physiology, psychology, sociology. So each subject will be having its own theory internal assessment marks. Each subject maximum theory internal assessment marks will be 25. So in 25 in 25 they can give any marks based on the in which subject you are good. Based on the in which subject you are good, and you will read which subject, and in which subject your performance is good. According to based on that and based on all other factors, college will give your theory internal assessment marks for all the subjects. For each subject there will be a 25 marks. So now let's move to the next column, that is credits. So what is meaning of this column? So basically credit means the importance of the subjects and the hardness level of the subjects, and how much depth it is in that semester. Did you understand? This credits column will be same for everyone, every student of that semester. The credits will be constant or same. Okay, this won't be changed. And credits are given to the specific subject based on the importance of that subject, how much and how much lengthy it is, and how much time it takes to learn for a student. So everything they will calculate, and for the specific subject in an semester they will give a credit score. So according to that credit score and according to your credit points, your GPA is being calculated. So basically credits represents the importance and workload of the subject. So how much hard it is, and how much time it takes to learn, and how many days it takes to complete a syllabus as a teacher. So everything So by considering everything for a specific subject, we will give a grades. Okay, we will give a credit score, and these credits will be similar and constant to every students. Every students of this semester will have same credits for same subject. So for a specific subject in this semester, we'll have specific credit score, and that credit score will be same to every students. Okay, so why this credits is important means this credits is important for calculating credits points. So high credit indicate that that subject is high weightage subjects. So it's also based on weightage of the subjects. So next column is grade points. So how much marks you have scored in a particular subject. So based on that marks you have scored, we will give the grades, grade points. As you can see the list. So if you have scored 90 to 100 marks in a subject, that will be 10 grade points. So as you can see, this is a list. So every subject has 100 marks, including practical marks. So everything, we are not calculating marks out of 75, we are calculating marks out of 100, how much you have scored. And this scoring marks will include all of the practical marks as well as theory marks. So out of 100 marks, how much marks you have scored, including practical marks and everything. Based on that marks you have scored, we will give the grade points. As you can see the list. So this is the important for calculating grade points. So to calculate grade points, we have formula, that is credits into grade points. So based on your scoring, we will give the grade points. And what we will do means we will multiply credits into grade points. Okay, which gives credit points too. So when we calculate this, we will get the final credit points, and these credit points are used to calculate SGPA, okay, and CGPA. Okay, and the next column and last column is grade. So this grade is given based on the final marks, how you score. Out of final marks, I mean in this example only, in this mark sheet only, total marks to score in this semester was 300. So out of 300, how much marks you have scored. So based on that marks, we will give the final grades. It's not a grade points, it's called grade. So as you know this already, I think you guys already know this, because in 10th 12th also we will do the same things. If you scored above 70 marks, you will be given B plus. If you scored above 77, you will give A plus. So it will be like that. Okay, so now let's move to the next column. So what is meaning of SGPA? SGPA means semester grade point average. So how to calculate this SGPA means, to calculate SGPA we have a formula, that is total credit points. So how much credit points we have got in each subject, we need to total them, and we need to divide with total credits. As same as we have added credit points of all the subject, we should also add all the subject credits, and after that we need to divide total credits points by total credits. So as you can see with this mark sheet, the total credit points will be 90 and the total credits will be 12, and when we divide this total credit points and total credits, we will get the 7.5. that will be SGPA in this mark sheet. So higher SGPA means higher performance. Okay, and SGPA is used to calculate CGPA, that is nothing but the cumulative GPA for all semesters. That will be calculated when your course will be completed. Okay, which includes all semesters SGPA. So next column is total grade of all the subjects. So grade means letter representation of marks. So here is a list you can see. So the overall grading, so the total grade of the overall semester of the result, so that will be calculated using SGPA. For example, in this case he got 7.5 SGPA. So for that, the total grade of this semester result will be B plus. So here is a list of that all things. So now let's summarize what all things we have learned. So first of all, we learned the credit points. So credit points means this is calculated based on the formula, that is credits into grade points. So what is meaning of credits? Credits is unique to the all of the subjects, and these credits are given based on the difficulty of the subject and the assignment it involves, assignment work it involves, and the time to study it involves, and which has practical subject. And based on these all factors, we will give the credits to the specific subject. For all the students, these credits will be same and constant. Okay, and the grade points means this grade points is calculated based on your marks in that subject, total marks in that subject, including practical marks and everything marks. Out of 100 marks, how much marks you have got in that subject, based on that we will give the grade points. And the grade points is given based on the scoring of your marks. Out of 100 marks, if you scored 90 to 100 marks, your grading points will be 10. So as you can see in the list, according to this we will calculate the grade points, and we will use this grade points number, grade points value, to calculate the credit points. So what we did means we have multiplied credits into grade points to calculate the credit points. So these credit points are used to calculate SGPA. So how we will do this means, to calculate SGPA we have a formula, that total credit points of all the subjects divided by total credits of all the subjects, and this SGPA will indicate your overall performance in this semester. And based on this SGPA we will give the grade. For example, if you score on 7.5 SGPA, your grade will be B plus. So this is all about the clear and deeply understanding of our RGHS mark sheets. So till the next video, keep watching, keep learning. Thanks for watching.